Hello, this is Nancy and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. Today's video is going to have 4 different bee themed DIYs, and here's the first one. A long haul beekeeping box. Instead of the regular, stacked beehives, this one is more of a horizontal one. So I'm making the box here with some Jenga blocks. And you're going to do 2 of these for either side. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 blocks across. You're going to do 2 of those. And then on top of these, you're going to lay some Jengas on its side, so it has like sort of like a lip on the outside of the box. Okay, once the sides are dry, I'm going to do the bottom and the sides. And here I'm trying to figure out how wide I want it, so I'm going to go with, I think, 4 blocks wide. So we're going to do 2 sides with 4 blocks. And then the bottom is going to be 12 blocks, which is 3 rows of 4. We're going to let those put them to the side to dry, and then we're going to get some matchsticks, the craft matchsticks. I'll leave all the information down below for the ones that I used. And we're going to put a row of this on the inside of the box, so it'll be a little ledge on the inside of the box. I went to the edge of the actual sides, but you're going to have to cut enough that when you put your sides up, it doesn't interfere with those matchsticks. So I had to do it after the fact. See here, I figured out I needed to cut those matchsticks, so I'm measuring so I can go in with my box cutter to cut those little pieces off, and that way you can slide in the sides. Now once the box is drying, we're going to work on the legs. You're going to use 2 blocks for each leg, and you're going to glue them the long ways and set that aside to dry. And once those are drying, well, actually I already put them on. I'm going to be making the lid, and I just got a piece of some basswood that I had and I cut it down to the size of the lid. And then I'm using some popsicle sticks, the smaller ones, not the real wide ones, and I'm gonna cut the rounded edge off, and I'm gonna put it like a little frame around the lid of the box. You want to use clamps here to clamp the popsicle sticks to the lid, because sometimes the popsicle sticks tend to warp, so you want a nice tight fit there. So keep those on until they're nice and dry. Now we're going to pull out some hinges. They're about 1/4 inch wide. I'll leave the link to the one I used from Amazon below. And I'm using the super glue, the super glue gel. Ah, hard to say that twice. And I'm going to glue it to the box first. Let that dry a little bit, and then glue the lid onto the hinges to complete the top. Now we're going to build the screens that go inside the beehive that the bees make their honeycomb with. I'm using this honeycomb stamp that I got, I believe, at Hobby Lobby on clearance, or Michael's on clearance. I can't remember. I've had it for about 3 or 4 years now. If I find it, I'll link it down below. So you're going to stamp this. It's inside the box, so I didn't really care if it was, a full stamp or not. And you're going to stamp on both sides of the paper, because you're going to see it from both sides. And then once you cut this down, you're going to cut it to the width of the inside of the box, minus the little where the little ledges are. You'll see how I'm start measuring them. And then you're going to be making little frames around each one of these. You can make as many as you want. Once you get other pieces of paper cut, now you're going to do the little frames like I was saying. I'm using some wooden coffee stirrers. Again, I will leave that down below. I don't have any affiliate links, so I'll just leave you the ones that I ordered. This next step is totally optional. You can just get some black Sharpie and draw a line on the front to show the ledge or the opening of the beehive where the bees go in and out. And I have to be extra, you know me. So I use some drill bits to drill the ends there. And then I'm using my little rotary saw to start the cuts. And then I'm using the Dollar Tree chisels to cut them out. Again, this is me being extra. So all you have to do here is just paint it black and then put the little ledge on it, which I painted copper at the end. Here I'm getting some more of the coffee stirs and cutting them to fit the inside there to make a little ledge. And after the ledge, I make a little like a cover over that ledge. Now that all this is done, I'm going to go in and paint the whole thing white with the from Waverly chalk paint. And I got these also bees from Amazon, and I'm popping off the little foam dots because I didn't need them, and I started gluing them all over the beehive. And this is how many bees you want to put on there. If you don't want to put any bees, you can paint it a different color, leave it natural. So it's up to you. I think it's just for a little fun decoration piece. Now to DIY number 2. I'm making a little stand for a roadside market for some honey from the bees. I made some little jars with the glass jars from Dollar Tree, added some yellow paint on the inside, and then put some twine and a little bee on top. And I'm using these, also again, the Jenga blocks. I'm gluing them sort of like an L shape. And you're going to need 2 of those for each shelf. And I'm cut down some popsicle sticks the width of the Jenga blocks. You can make this shelf longer or taller depending on what you're using it for. I'm going to be doing a mini market scene during the summer, so that way I can change it out for like now for the bees. In the fall I could do the apples or pumpkins, so that's coming up as well. So I'm going to do a little farm stand. It was a little wobbly, plus I wanted to make it more finished, so I added some, I cut large popsicle sticks into 1/4-inch strips, and I glued them to the frame of the bookcase, well, shelf, bookcase, whatever you want to call it. And this also gave it some more stability so it wouldn't wobble. Here I was trying to see if I wanted to have legs on it, but I decided not to, so I cut that piece off. So I did the frames on the back, and I did the frame on the front as well to give it more substantial. And then on the shelves itself, I added a little ledge so that way the jars that I put on there wouldn't fall off. This one I used the Waverly Antique Wax to paint, and we're going on to the next DIY in a few minutes. DIY number 3, I think is my favorite one. I got these hexagons from Michael's. They cost 99 cents a piece, but if you use your 20% coupon, you get them a lot cheaper. And then I'm adding I want them different heights. I didn't want them all the same height because I'm going to glue them together. So on the middle one, I added two blocks high of the Jenga blocks, and then 3 of them I did 1 block high, 1 block. And then the 3 of them I didn't add any blocks at all. And then once those are dry, I start painting them. I did 3 of them in yellow, 3 of them in black, and then the tall center one is going to be white. I used wood glue to attach them onto each other, and the top one is going to have a sawtooth hanger on the back of it. And just wait till this all dries and we'll go on to the next step. I'm using the Dollar Tree cutting mat to trace the shape of the hexagon and cut that out of there, and then I'm going to lay these on top of some prints that I had printed of all the not all the flowers, but some of the flowers that bees like. Even though I had a template, some of it still was a little wonky, so I used again the wooden coffee stirrers, and I cut them to size on the inside to make a little frame around the picture. So the yellow ones got the black frame, the black ones got the yellow frame, and the center also got the black. the bag of beads that I got from Amazon had 3 different sizes, so I kept the little foam dots on it, and I'm adding extra glue just in case to them. So I popped them anywhere I wanted to. Right now it's upside down, so and then I used the name of the flowers, and I printed it out on some copy paper and glued it to some cardstock and put it under each of the plants there, so everybody would know what type of plants they were. Let me know down below what pictures or designs you would have put inside these little boxes. Now to the last DIY. It's a birthday card that I made using some rubber stamps from May. It's called Believe, and the statement I used was believe with 2 E's. For with God nothing shall be impossible, Luke 1:37. And then I had this paper that was for some bee gnomes. So I'm just picking some colors and, you know, doing some frames here and there, trying to see which one will coordinate, or which way I like it. So this is all depending on how you want your card. I cut this the flap of the card about 1 inch shorter, so it gave it a different look than just a regular card. And then I'm adding some, you know, black and yellow stripe paper on the inside of the card. And then I go back and add some more color to the front of the card and go back and back. So it's a lot of designing here and there. So you can use this rubber stamp. You can use something else. You can draw yourself your own bee. So this is just for inspiration and seeing all the different ways I design. If you're liking this video, give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, please consider subscribing. Share with your friends. Comment below. Who would you send a birthday card to, and what type of theme will you use? I'm going to continue with my process here, and then if you have any questions or comments, just drop them down below. Enjoy the crafting with a little bit of music. I was going to make a handmade envelope as well, but I didn't have enough paper to make a large one to fit the card. So I just grabbed some of this leftover the card stock and just glued it to the front of the envelope. Added a little address label and a little sticker, and did some inking on the edges. All that stuff is optional. This is just some ideas that you can use in your next project and use it to your own liking. Until next time, be brave, be strong, and create with some bees.